every day that we are together trying to be in touch with the subject, the truth, the self through the study of the Upanishads. I think one of the beautiful things we are doing for ourselves, for the Rishi Parampara, for the Shastras, and also for the Adhyatmikata Sadhana Dharma. Let us continue this with our pratigna by invoking the grace also of the divine till we reach to our ultimate goal, the experience of the ultimate. Friends, here we are in our Shwethashwathara Upanishad Adhyanam. We are into the Panchamodhyaya. Every mantra is so sacred, so direct, so beautiful, so simple, informing again us, inspiring us regarding the nature of the reality, the glory of the truth, understand it, and make achieving it as the goal and try your best. Every mantra, we can see the Kripa Karuna of the Rishis, how they are guiding us for the ultimate. We are human, we all have the capacities. When we have the capacities as a human being, why not utilize them for the highest? Why for the lower, which are definitely going to leave us and go, deceive us and go? This is what is the cry of all our great saints, our rishis. Yes, friends, Shwethashwathara Panchamodhyaya talks about that glorious things. Now, before that, we are doing the four more things, all of them to invoke the grace of Parabrahma, Ishvara, Jagannatha, Devata Gana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana, and also our Vyaktitvas, such as Lokasevaka, Dharmastapaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta Gambhira, Samskrita Bhasha Gnatrutva, and also Lokas Guru Sevaka, Gurupasaka, Daivopasaka, Mananakarta, Chintanakarta, Nididhyasanakarta, Anubhavi, Anubhavanishthita. These are the Vyaktitvas we want to knowingly, consciously strengthen in us. We are doing Vedic chanting, we are doing the common sense thought, we are also doing our Mangalacharana Shloka Sankalpa, and then our Upanishad Mantrocharana, Upanishad Mantra Adhyena with Bhashyam. One prayer throughout is let our inner purity be maintained. Let our purpose of these classes and purpose of the entire life is always kept in mind, realized, and accordingly only let us spend every moment of our life. Friends, in our first activity today in the Vedic chanting, let us do Shanno Mitraha mantra for 5 times. So, in that, the Mitradi Devatas, we are praying them to empower us at all our faculties level so that we are able to do good things for the world. We are able to good sadhana for ourselves also to do. Let us start. ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 wonderful Veda Mantrocharana. Doing every day is so good in many ways. Keep doing so. Friends, in our today's common sense thought, simple things that in life we should never suffer. Point one. And yet we suffer. Point two. And all the sufferings which conclude in giving us dukkha, coming in whatever the form, always remember they are all the results. Phala. They are the outcomes. And always results of what? Our own deeds. Our own the wrong deeds are the hetu, the karana for us to give us that dukkha, that suffering in our life. Should never even once also forget this aspect. Right? Then, why do we do these mistakes? Because of which, consequentially, we suffer in life in so many ways, not one or two way. The health wise we suffer, the mind wise we suffer, the relations wise we suffer, the financial wise we suffer, legally we may suffer, socially we may suffer, not one or two. In how many ways the dukkhas come to us? है कि नहीं? क्यों हम इतने सारे दुखों को भोगते हैं? क्योंकि देर ऑल affects the result of obviously what we do. So why do we do the wrong things? That's the discussion. I know. We do wrong things because we are corrupted. Only corrupt people do the wrong things. No? We are all corrupted. Corrupted by what, sir? Corrupted by only one thing. If that's not there, we will never do the wrong things. And that one thing because of which we get corrupted and we keep doing wrong, and consequently we suffer. That one thing which corrupts all of us if we are not extremely careful. That corrupting thing is called as power. Shakti corrupts us. If we are not careful, the same Shakti, if we have the highest wisdom, can be utilized in serving the world, can be utilized in investing for our glorious future also. And all that Shakti can be utilized even for our Adhyatmika Pragati. But if that art is not known to us, if we are not careful enough, if we are not well trained by ourselves for ourselves, then the power makes us, forces us to do wrong things. And wrong things can never give right result. They will give us the wrong result only, definitely. That is why an intelligent person will not ask the Lord the power first. He asks for the wisdom. When there is a wisdom, then all the powers that are given, there is a chance for utilizing them in a positive manner. So, what corrupts us is power. With that power corruption, we do the things wrong. Then we suffer as a result of it. It's power. It can be in many ways. So, it can be many ways. The power is. Few powers we can see. Shakti, oh, so many are there. Main powers nowadays are, it can be a physical power, very well built body, etc. Then nobody can touch me, then I can उसी किसी को उठा के पटक पटक सकता हूँ. Grossest one is physical power. Second, very terrible one in today's world is what? The money power. The money power is the second one. The physical power, the money power, dhanaka. Then we have the power which corrupts us. The power ka power, the shakti ka shakti. The power, the positions which we have in our life in this world, whichever they may be, irrespective. That has such a one terrible, terrific potential in it. You know, depending on our that type of power, in that also there is a power, great power. Then the fourth one is what? In all our abilities, in our talents, in our variety of qualities, that there also there is a power. So Sharirika Shakti, then Dhana Shakti, then the social position Shakti, power Shakti. Ki I can be in politics if you see from municipal councillor up to the president or prime minister. That is the power Shakti, political Shakti. In the or in any office, I am in a good higher ranked officer position. That's the power. Or in society, through business or through various of my things, I am in a good status and position. I have a power. Then the fourth one is what? The power of our abilities and talents. That I can play sports, or I am an artist, or I can sing, I can write, I'm a journalist, I'm a good speaker, I'm a good writer, interpreter, you know, इतने सारे जो टैलेंट्स एबिलिटीज होते हैं, आई एम ए कॉमेडियन और आई एम ए एक्शन हीरो, इतने सारे बेचारे वर्ल्ड में इतने हैं. See, if none of them are there, we don't do any wrong things. And when these things are there and we don't have the wisdom, then we start doing things wrong. Anna, now remember, out of so many mistakes we do because of which we suffer, the major chunk of the mistake is that with these power or powers, either Sharira Shakti or Dhana Shakti or any of the outer position wala Shakti or ability talent, we give difficulties to others. We give troubles to others. We make others suffer. with these powers. And remember always four things. One, that those powers which I have today, will I have permanently? None of these powers can be permanent with anyone. Consciously sun lena. Second, the powers with which I troubled others because they are less powerful than me or weaker than me. Like I'm in politics. So I'm in a good position. Now, will I be permanent? नहीं जनता की नहीं कभी वोट डाल सकती. Then the other people whom have troubled, if at all, they are not now in power. Any day they can also come into power now. That's why the politician very careful with oppositions and all. क्योंकि कभी भी किन्हीं को पावर मिल सकता है. जनता जनार्दन की माया है. Therefore, there are more negotiations than anything. That's how they play their play. Survival है जो भी है. तो कल को उनको पावर आ सकता है ना. Now imagine if we trouble the people because of our power and each of the things those people note down. And when they also get the power and when they are not spiritual, they don't have that forgiving ability, if they're also equally egoistic, equally worldly, you know, then they will also take the revenge with us, no? You cannot stop it. And nobody is permanently powerless, nobody is permanently powerful. The fifth power I have forgotten to tell you is even the spiritual powers of siddhis, the yoga siddhis, etc. So Sharira Shakti, Dhana Shakti, the outer position wala Shakti, then our abilities, talent Shakti, spiritual sin, you have done some siddhis, yoga siddhi वगैरह है ना आ जाते हैं लोगों को पांचवा सिद्धि. So the others may have them tomorrow, isn't it? Then they will take revenge. That is what is happening in the whole world. So one thing is, I am not going to have them permanently. Second is what? Those whom I suppressed because of my any of these powers, they are going to have power tomorrow. Third is what? The whole nature is watching and observing what we are doing and all. Prakriti, the Shakti, the Maya, the Jaganmata. She will see to it that we are taught lessons to live life properly. And when she is also looking for opportunity to train us. The trainings of the nature are very painful and very tough. It can be in any way the nature can come. Last but not the least, fourth one is Paramatma. He is to anyway watching us. That with whatever the powers we are given to serve the world, instead of that, we become extremely selfish, arrogant, egoistic, and started troubling the world. तो क्या प्रभु ये सब नहीं देख रहे हैं क्या? So therefore have not at all the power, first of all. If at all कोई शक्तियां भगवान देते हैं ना, मांगो ही मत, इतना फंसना पड़ता है उसमें. दिए कितना कॉन्शियस, केयरफुल, ईगोलेस, सेल्फलेस होकर we have to use them only in the service of the world. And this ego, this selfishness in us, unless we are highly, deeply spiritual, that my goal is only Paramatma Tattva. This ego and selfishness, at what time, in what way, for a moment also it expresses, we don't know, can lead to calamity. The world is watching, like I'm talking, any sentence, something if I say, then that may carry wrong message to the world, even though I may not intend that. But who cares that? Isn't it? If I'm not extremely Vairagi, extremely Paramatma Tattva is not my Lakshya, this Ahankara, this Swartha, they will bubble in me so much that I will try to misuse this power for my satisfaction in trying to trouble others. And it boomerangs back. Nobody is spared in this world who have troubled others for whatever the reasons. कोई भी किसी भी बंदे ने कोई किसी को भी छुटकारा नहीं मिला. You are not in this world at all to trouble others. That is why ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Why it is said? We have not at all come here for that. We have come only for two purposes. One, if possible, serve the world outside through your duties, abilities. Second is you discover your own inner self. And how long this power politics? And how many people we trouble or defeat or cheat or involve and again get cheated by them? Everywhere. Think about it. अब मैं क्या क्या एग्जाम्पल्स दे दूं? You will be surprised to listen. Even at home, your power as a husband, if you misuse it in troubling the wife, कल को in the next life, she will be the husband, you will be the wife. She will take all badla. That's what is happening. So why my wife is troubling me so much? Because in earlier life, you were troubling her so much. So she is taking revenge now. ये हो जाता है क्यों कैसे यू कांट टेल योर चिल्ड्रन बिकॉज यू हैव द पावर दैट यू आर द पेरेंट यू ट्राई टू ट्रबल them. अरे ये पेरेंट चिल्ड्रन हैज डिफरेंट रिलेशन that is sacred in which as a parent you have only duty to take care of them. You have no right. Even मैं तो कहता हूँ even if somebody gives you rights, even if you somebody gives you the powers, still don't take them to command them or demand them or anything because anytime anybody's mind mood ego can change. और काय को why we have to dominate others, why we have to expect things from others, why we want others to listen to us, why we want others to be familiar or favorable to us. काय को इतना संसार क्यों? Whatever ability talents you have with them, whatever livelihood is required, you take it, whichever the place we are positioned, whatever dharma to be done, finish it off. The entire time utilize for the shastra shravana, shastra अध्ययन, तत्व ज्ञान, तत्व चिंतन, तत्व अनुभूति. अरे उसके लिए ट्राई करो, हुआ है ना हुआ, 1000 जन्म के बाद होने दो. But then why not utilize for that? In fact, for a spiritual seeker, if at all we truly mean business, that if we are spiritual seeker, we should not have anybody in our life on whom we have domination or authority. Because we think it's so, but in what way people take it, what way they interpret, what prayers they do. उन्होंने मुझे ट्रबल किया भगवान, उनको आप ऐसा करो वैसा करो. भगवान को करना पड़ता है ना. In trying to be in good books with one person, we try to trouble others. To be in good books with this person, we trouble. Why are all that nonsense? And what are we in this whole cosmos universe? We are not even a speck. The whole globe is not even a speck. In that millions of jivas, one species human. Among so many crores of human, you and I are one with whatever little ability to serve world to reach divine. अब इसको मिसयूज करके हम दूसरों को तंग करते हैं because of those powers or shaktis and all that. We are guaranteedly sowing seeds for our future suffering, future misery. मैंने कहा ना भगवान करेंगे पनिश, प्रकृति करेगी पनिश, and the people jivas to whom we are giving trouble, whatever the reason, they are not going to spare. People are not so kind to forgive us. और ये forgiveness वगैरह तो ये महान महान ज्ञान सिद्ध गुण है कि ओ लॉर्ड ही हैज ट्रबल्ड मी स्टिल फॉरगिव, आई जस्ट हैव नथिंग टू डू, दोस डेज आर गॉन. ऐसा करके क्षमा नहीं करेंगे लोग, जबरदस्त डबल बदला लेंगे. एंड देन अगेन his बदला when he takes the other fellow again he will become powerful tomorrow, फिर वो भी लेगा. इस तरह से हर जन्म में तू मैं करने के लिए ही, लड़ने के लिए ही, एक दूसरे को डिफीट करने के लिए, डोमिनेट करने के लिए. Is this the purpose of evolution? Is this the way the intelligence is expressed? And we are stuck up in this only, no? We are caught up in this only. So therefore, we suffer because we do wrong things. We do wrong things because we are corrupted, and we are corrupted by the power. If you don't know how to rightly utilize the powers. And the wrongest use of the power is in troubling others because of our own selfishness. The power can be the physical power, the power can be the money power, the power can be our outer social power, the power can be our own abilities, talents, whatever they may be, and the power can be the siddhis spiritual. उसमें भी सिद्ध पुरुष लोग अपने सिद्धियों के लेवल पे लड़ाई करते How many stories we have not heard about them? योग सिद्धियां इतना मेहनत से करके भी still they fight because the ultimate core of life called spirituality, in which the entire universe is the expression of one divinity and I am that goal is not aimed at, that goal is not reached. Therefore, everyone with their upadhis consider themselves to be a separate entity, take others also a separate entity. There, because of this Dvaita, because of this Dvandva, because of the birth of Ragadvesha, because of them, the Nirantara Yuddha is going on, that I defeat you because today I am powerful, tomorrow you will defeat me because you are powerful. And I trouble you and make you suffer and you trouble me. अरे इसलिए आए नहीं हम इस जगत में. Any field, be careful. Huh? Don't go into those revenge tactics of troubling anyone because of your powers, nor misuse the power again to trouble others. कोई भी शक्ति है सिर्फ भगवत सेवा लोक सेवा हेतु होनी. And for that the कल्मष रहित हृदय, शुद्ध हृदय, अंतःकरण. Remember, for my survival, my Lord will take care because I am His child. Secondly, my goal is only Lord, the Paramatma. Yogakshema Vahamyam, he said no. So I need not be worried so much about my survival or all that. Therefore, I need not be corrupt. I need not misuse any of my Shaktis to trouble others. ऐसे कुछ अद्भुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्लैरिटीज मन में नहीं है. Then we trouble our servants or our drivers, even with our words, even with our touch, even with our looks, even with our actions, in our thoughts in the mind. None of them goes unaccounted. All of that is accounted. All of that leads to terrible consequences tomorrow. आज क्यों कोई मेरे को इंसल्ट कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि मैंने उनका किया था पहले. आज किसी ने क्यों मेरे को चीटिंग किया? बिकॉज आई हैव चीटेड देम. Even now, close your eyes and see how many people you remember. Among them, how many you have the feeling of enmity, that if a chance is given, a power is given, that you want to trouble, then the whole thought is wrong. Whole thought is wrong. Don't enter into that arena if you want to be growing spiritually. Not only spiritually, even to have a peaceful life. As I was telling, in the outer world of powers. जो पावर में है इतने डरते हैं क्योंकि हमारा कल पावर जाएगा तो उसको मिलेगा, तो वो पूरा रिवेंज पॉलिटिक्स करेगा. डर रहता है, विद डर व्हाट इज लाइफ बताओ. इफ आई एम गिवन अ पावर दैट इज सर्व ऑनेस्टली. क्या मजेदार है ना जिंदगी में, किसी को सेवा करने के लिए एबिलिटी भी होना, मौका भी होना. अब दीज आर द थिंग्स टू बी टॉट फ्रॉम द चाइल्डहुड. Sown that seeds so powerfully, beta. Your whole presence in life, how long ever you live, should be an asset to the world. With whatever the powers that are given, don't get corrupt by them. है ना? With the powers, with the ego, with the selfishness, तो सब कुछ मुझे होना चाहिए, उसके लिए मैं किसी को भी कुछ भी करूंगा. देख रहे हैं परमात्मा, प्रकृति देख रही है, और कल को वो बंदा भी पावरफुल हो जाए, and you will lose the power. So the idea is what? Small life hours. 100 साल ऐसे आंख बंद करके जो खोलो तो खत्म हो जाते. In that span of time, instead of taking Lord's name, instead of learning all our shastras, instead of serving our masters and the Lord, instead of entering inside in search of the truth reality, where do we get lost? ध्यान देना, ठीक है? थैंक यू. ओम 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 सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यम्. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानाम्. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम्. ओम विदिताखिलशास्त्र सुधाजलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विफलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषत् उक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवद शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्राध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्नशाश्वत समूलनिर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायामागतानां सङ्कल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थं कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शङ्करभाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ॐ अथ पञ्चमोऽध्यायः। Fourth mantra concluded. Fifth we have to consciously study. In the fifth chapter. Fourth was Sarvadishaha Urdhvamadascha Tiryaka Prakashayanna Brajate Yadu Anadvan Evam Sadevo Bhagavan Varenyaha Yonisvabhavan Aditishthati Ekaha. Maybe the last one word, one or two words we may have to again study. So here the Parabrahma Paramatma's Tatastha Lakshana Mahima is told, so that our attention is not only in what we are seeing outside or Vyavahara, but through that who is behind as soul substratum behind the world, develop the knack to attend to that, to try to visualize that. Upanishads teaches that only. Upanishads teach us that alone. How to attend to that absolute in and through whatever the relative we see. So here he is all directions prakashayan bhrajate. Yadvanadvan, like Bhagavan Surya, illuminating all the directions. In his resplendent glory is the Lord. Evam in this way. Because of this, now the Mahima Paramatma said in 5 words we have seen. Devaha, evam sadevo, then Bhagavan, then Varenyaha, then Yoni Swabhavan Aditishthati, last one is Ekaha. So either Yonihi Swabhavan Aditishthati or Yoni Swabhavan Aditishthati. He is the Yoni and the Swabhava are, Swa means one's own, Bhava means expressions. The expressions of the divinity only are these Panchamahabhuta, etc. Aditishthati Niyamayati. He is the one who is doing the Niyamanam, support, control of all of them. Or Yoni Swabhavan means those things which are the Yoni for the whole universe. Aditishthati. He is the one Niyamayati. And to make this simple in the Bhakti Bhasha, we are helped. Bhagavan is Ananta Shakti, with that he is doing Srushti Sthiti Laya. In that, in the Sthiti Kala, he is the giver of karma phala, of good or bad, to the entire universe. See that how much the devotional thought is helpful for us to understand the presence of the divine with its infinite power in managing the whole show so that we don't transgress or cross any of the limits. बहुत बढ़िया है कि नहीं बताओ. From this only that whole devotional language or subject, the whole thing has come. Adhitishtati, Niyamayati. And how many people they are? Ekaha. That Paramatmas are not two, is one without second. So, Karana Swabhavan, Karana Bhutan, Pruthivyadin, Adhitishtati, Niyamayati. Ekaha Advidiyaha Paramatma. So, therefore, don't be blind to the presence of the Paramatma, the all power of Paramatma. You know, like to nowadays, it's very intelligent, very interesting example. That you went to some office or some of the company or some shop. जो चाहिए तुम आप कर रहे हो, चल रहे हो, भाग रहे हो, दौड़ रहे हो, हंस रहे हो, अंगड़ाई ले रहे हो. Then when you go into the office or chamber inside, then you will see whoever is the boss manager seated. उनके सामने एक बड़ा टीवी है और टीवी में all that whole place, whether it is a shop, mall or any office, there are the cameras are kept and he is watching all of them. वहाँ वैसे लिखते हैं ज़्यादा नहीं, यूर अंडर सर्वेलेंस वगैरह लिखे रहते, कुछ को लोग नहीं लिखते. So the people inside know everything what outside people are doing. They may not know कि वो देख रहा है मुझे. Good example, no? Same way, he is watching all of us. We cannot escape his drishti at all. अच्छी बात है ना? So therefore work hard, he is watching you, he will bless. Be honest, he is watching you, he will take care. Pursue the ultimate goal, he is watching you, he will support. इस तरह से हमारा बुद्धि, इस बुद्धि को शुद्ध बुद्धि कहते हैं, मेच्योर्ड बुद्धि कहते हैं. That buddhi comes to us only when we study Shastras, meet Mahatmas. The other people who are not so well versed, they only talk the Dushta Buddhi things to us. Because they are at that level, ना. जो बंदा मेरे से बात करेगा जिस लेवल पे वही करेगा, तो मुझे अकल होना चाहिए ना, किससे मैं सलाह लूँ, किससे डिस्कस करूँ, किससे गाइडेंस लूँ. That's the minimum we have to have, that common sense. Correct, friends? Now should we study today the Panchamo Mantra? Let us try. Fifth mantra, Mantrartha, Adbhuta Bhashya. Let us start. नमो नारायण. पांचवा मंत्र पढ़ रहे हम. स्टार्ट. ओम यच्च स्वभावं पचति विश्वयोनिः वाच्यांश्च सर्वान् परिणामयेत् यः सर्वमेतत् विश्वमधितिष्ठत्येकः गुणांश्च सर्वान् विनियोजयेत् यः यच्च स्वभावं पचति विश्वयोनिः वाच्यांश्च सर्वान् परिणामयेत् यः सर्वमेतत् विश्वम् अधितिष्ठत्येकः गुणांश्च सर्वान् विनियोजयेत् यः. For your kind information, we are studying Shwethashwathara Upanishad, 5th chapter. In this, the Tatpada Parabrahma Paramatma, his glory in his transcendental form, his glory as an immanent, all-powerful, they are explained. Then we will be told about you and I, the Tvam-pada, the Jiva. What are the self-invoked limitations and conditionings with which we are bound and suffering? How to come out of them? That's how the very internal, sublime, subjective, intellectual level knowledge is provided to us by our rishis through these Upanishads. And they are to be understood through contemplation. And one can contemplate only when one is antarmukha, one is shuddha. Shuddha is the one who doesn't want anything of the outer world. The one who wants only the inner self. That can be one parameter to know. See, shuddhi. अध्यात्म की शुद्धि यही है ना, मुझे सिर्फ परमात्मा चाहिए. ठीक है. So beautiful mantra this is again to bring to our cognition the Paramatma and his glory. Yacha swabhavam pachati. Yacha Vishwayonihi Pachan Sarvan Parinamayethu Sarvametad again Aditishthati, then Ekaha, then Gunan Sarvan Viniyojayat. This is again 6 things about the Paramatma Tattva glory are mentioned for our cognition. 6 of them. So, which are they? Swabhavam Pachati. Second, Vishwayonihi. Third, Pachyan Sarvan Parinamayetu. Fourth one, Vishwamaditishthati. Fifth one, Ekaha. Sixth one is Gunan Sarvan Viniyojayet. Again and again, our mind has to focus on these aspects to clearly understand and accept the presence of such divinity. That tuning to the presence of the divine, knowing all his powers, is one of the beautiful things in life. That marks our spirituality, makes us spiritual. So let us straight away study this mantra with Bhashyam. ठीक है संतो? So Yacha Swabhavam iti. Yacha Swabhavam is the mantra on which I am giving Bhashya. This is what Shankara Bhagavan says. Please be listening in your own interest. So we said, oh Lord, we are ready to listen. Please guide us. No, he is guiding us. Yacha. Actually, Yacha nahi, Yahacha. It should be Yahacha. We are talking about the Lord in masculine form. Yat is a neuter. How come that neuter word used? Iti linga vyatyaha. Aravaya Paramatma is beyond linga. He is not a sharira at all. So although grammatically Yahacha it should be, the Shruti Mata said Yacha, you don't focus on the grammar and get lost in that instead of the truth or instead of the subject matter. So Yacha, Yahacha iti linga vyatya. अब लिंग का फर्क है, चिंता मत करो, उसको ज्यादा टेंशन ना ले. चिंता Yacha is equal to Yahacha. Yatcha is equal to Yahacha. So इतना है वो. Yatcha is the neuter, Yahacha is masculine. उसको masculine के रूप में आप मन में लगा लो. Don't make it an issue. Why Shruti Mata said Yattu? Yaha. Only grammatical. Shruti you cannot change. We should change our understanding. Okay. So Yacha is equal to Yahacha iti linga vyatya. Done. Now second one. Swabhavam Pachati. What do you mean by Swabhavam Pachati? See, Swabhavam yat agnehe aushnyam. Swabhava means agnehe aushnyam. One example, like the ushnata is the swabhava of the agni. An example, like this, the shitalata is the swabhava of the ice. In this world, so many things that they have their own swabhava. So, swabhavam means yat agnehe aushnyam. This is an example. What do you mean by pachati? Nishpadayati. Nishpadayati means he dispenses to that agni. He is the one in whose presence, because of whose presence, the power works in such a manner that the agni has the swabhava of the ushnata. It is his presence. So, ushnata of the agni, and agni to whom the ushnata belongs, and the one in whose presence, at that point, where we call it as agni, the ushnata, its swabhava, is expressing. See the difference? One is agni. Second is its ushnata. Third is what? Who is the one behind, because of whom, in whose presence that ushnata is expressing? That's called Paramatma Tattva. So here, that's what we are told. Ki nishpadayati, he dispenses or gives that power to each of the things which have their own स्वभाव. तो किस किस चीज का कौन सा जो स्वभाव है, तो क्यों हो रहा है? In the presence of Paramatma. Never miss this thought. And what is the swabhava? That which never changes for any reason. For example, you can never have an agni which is cold. You can imagine, but you can never have an agni which is ठंडा ठंडा. अग्नि का अर्थ ही वो गर्म ही होता है. Isn't it like that? हर एक चीज का अपना अपना स्वभाव होता है, यथावत वो कोई बदल ही नहीं सकता. Who gave is the Lord. Once this is said, that it is his presence because of which the things like agni have their own swabhava, like the ushna ityadi, the intellect should stop questioning further. There are some places where it is like that when we accept that is the answer. है ना? Then, but why the Agni is hot? Why not the other thing is hot? Why the Agni? Why not the Agni is cold? अब ये प्रश्न जो है ना हमेशा बिना आंसर के होते क्यों? क्योंकि कोई भी आंसर दे दो आपका उसका फिर से प्रश्न होता है नहीं लाइक से पांडव 5 क्यों है वो 7 क्यों नहीं अभी 7 है तो भी फिर विल अगेन आस्क द क्वेश्चन व्हाई 7 व्हाई नॉट 9 व्हाई नॉट 3 सवाल ना भगवान प्रश्न पूछने वाला का कोई जवाब ही होता नहीं है कहीं रोकना पड़ता है हमको in many cases a very intelligent person's approach he knows he checks his own mind this mind has a disease of question and doubt not in a healthy way of accepting the answer of the situation केवल इसको कुछ भी जवाब दो लाइक पार्लियामेंट में अपोजिशन पार्टी एनीथिंग द लीडिंग पार्टी डज दे हैव टू क्वेश्चन अब वो उन्होंने अपना अपना स्वभाव बना दिया हो प्रश्न करना अब उसका कोई जवाब ही नहीं होता कोई कोई जगह ना छोड़ना पड़ता है So this is what it is. Swabhava means Agnehe Aushnyam Pachati Nishpadayati Vishwasya Jagataha Yonihi. So एक शब्द में सारा ऐड कर लो. In this world, whichever have whatever their nature, like a mango has its own shape, flavor, smell, taste. वो उनका स्वभाव है प्रभु की कृपा से. A tree grows up, स्वभाव एक प्रभु की कृपा है. And then the water flows down. उनके ही वो महिमा है स्वभावम पचति. So here it's the acceptance that's required. Then utilizing it for vyavahara, utilizing it for service, and wherever it is useful for the spirituality, utilize it there. So this is how swabhavam we should be understanding. First one is done. Yacha swabhavam pachati. स्वभावम यद अग्नेः औष्ण्यम पचति निष्पादयति सेकंड वन विश्वस्य योनिः इज द वर्ड तो विश्वस्य जगतः योनिः विश्वस्य मीन्स जगतः of the entire world he is the yoni he is the womb थोड़ा सा यहाँ भी पॉज करके समझ लेना anything created will have to have the womb for the entire universe like in Gita mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham. So he is the yoni for the entire universe. Therefore, never separate anything from the Paramatma Tattva. He is the yoni, he is the mula karanam from where everything expressed. And always remember these 3-4 things. One, Brahman is birth, change, deathless, is always intact. And yet, in his power, with his power, with his permission, on him only projects all this world. Yet, the Paramatma is not changed, nor this world is real. You know, like I with my power project the pot in the mud without changing the mud. Remember always mud and gold and all, the Mula Dhatu always remains same. Under the forms are superimposed. In Brahman, not even this much also form superimposition is there like that of mud. Like in case of mud, appearing as pot, you add the water to the mud, you make it a lump, you put it on a wheel, then you घुमाओ, then हाथ से करते हैं. So at least that mud is going through some mold. Even when you make Ganesh ji, परसों Ganesh Chaturthi है ना, you send it through mold, then the mud takes that shape. Paramatma to even that is not that way, not even get molded also. He remaining same, the power of Maya is such which projects on him. That's why the suitable example is the Rajju Sarpa. It's not that like the mud has gone through the mold to come out of a shape like a lamp, that the rope has gone through a mold of snake and appearing as snake to us. See the power of the mind without touching the rope. Can it imagine the snake on the rope or not? Same way. Without touching the substratum, the power of substratum can project the whole universe. That's how he is Vishwasya Sarvasya Jagataha Yonihi Karanam. So we have seen two things here. Swabhavam Pachati, he is the one who provides Swabhav to every of the things in this world. Second is Vishwayonihi Jagatah Karanam. Third one, Pachanscha Sarvan Parinamayat. This is the another added thought for the day for all of us. New knowledge. What is the Pachyan Sarvan Parinamayet? Meaning is Pachyan means Paka Yogyan. Paka means again modifiable. So Paka Yogyan, those which can be modified. Which are they? Pruthivyadin, like the earth, etc. Parinamayet Yaha. He is the one who empowers for them to go through that required parinama so that some or the other Rupanama is projected with which the jivas can have some purpose fulfilled. है ना एग्जाम्पल जो दिया यहाँ पृथ्व्याधीन परिणामयेत. Like I told you, the Prithvi, the mud, appears to get parinata into a pot so that I can store the water or anything. Appears to get parinita into a lamp so that I light a lamp. Or to some gamla so that I can put a plant in that. So how come, where from that power in the gold to appear as ornaments, etc. is happening? It is again he, the divinity, the self, in whose presence these abilities happen. Like a seed becoming sprout, it becoming a big tree, again to that tree lots of fruits coming. ये सारा जहाँ कहीं भी आपको परिणाम दिख रहा है, that is in the presence of Paramatma only, they are all happening. So the moldability, parinati, in the moldable, the parinama yukta things, it is because of his presence. And again remember, that is with his Shakti, which is Maya. So actually, finally, from the substratum standpoint, no parinama is happening. Yaad rakho. Paramarthika drushti se parinama rahitya also we should be able to apprehend. At the Vyavahara drushti, with the Shakti of Paramatma, the parinatis are appearing for the Vyavahara, that also we should be able to digest. But in and through, our attention should be on the substratum. He should not go away from our drushti. Usko man mein rakho. फिर स्वभावम पचति विश्वयोनि पाच्यान सर्वान परिणामयेत. So we have seen 3. Fourth one, sarvam etad vishwam adhitishtati. Again, in this way, sarvam etad vishwam adhitishtati niyamayati. He is the one, the adhishtata. He is the one who does the niyamanam of everything. And he is always ekaha, one without second. So this is coming almost in every shloka. Sarvam adhitishtati and ekaha. He is the one who is doing support of all. He is the one who is doing niyaman of the all, and he is one without second. These two words are continuously repeated, note down. So while listening to all that, the seen world and then unseen, unseeable, one substratum behind that, we should be able to understand. And that substratum is always Satchidananda, and that Satchidananda is always only experiential and experiences me. That experience is again beyond the thoughts. It's not a thoughtful experience. Like Nidra, it's not an experience of the thought. In the waking world, we have the experiences with the thoughts. Not Nidra, Paramatma Anubhuti also, it's a Vritti Rahita Anubhuti. That Sarvasya, Satchidananda Brahma is Adhisthana and I am that. So the last word is what? Sarvam etad vishwam adhitishtati ekaha, we have seen. Gunansha sarvan viniyojayet yaha. To gunan means sattva rajas tamo rupana viniyojayet yaha. All these 3 gunas of sattva, rajas, tamas. Because of the tamoguna, the entire dravya you can see. Because of rajoguna, the entire kriya aspects you can see. Because of the sattva-guna, the entire knowing aspect you can see. So knowing and sukha are the sattva-guna lakshanas. Then kriyas continuously are the rajoguna lakshana. Right? Then being in the matter state is called tamoguna. Like my hand, it's a matter. It's a tamoguna. Now it is working, moving. So the rajoguna in that matter is making that hand move. Then within my mana and buddhi, there is a jnana. That it is my hand. Then I am just wanting to give an example. Therefore, I am moving it clockwise and anti-clock. Ye kya hai? It's a jnanam inside. That's called a sattva guna. So all these 3 gunas also, viniyojayet yaha. He is the one who is, through these gunas, by prompting these gunas, expressing this his power, Maya Shakti, in the form of these three gunas, he is the one who is Viniyojayeta, making the whole world happen. So Paramatma is doing the Viniyoganam of the Maya, Viniyojanam of the Trigunas. Through the Triguna Viniyojana, he is just playing the whole show of the whole world. Now try to feel the meaning of the entire sloka. Trigunas, their functionings in the form of the whole universe is by his presence. Isn't it? So too, the Prithvivyadi Mahabhutas, whatever the Parinamata there in them, because of which only we are able to use them, is also because of him. Like the doodh becoming the dahi. Otherwise, you will never have the dahi. The child slowly growing. Otherwise, he will never grow, become matured. And a fruit getting ripened, then only you can eat it. A flower getting blossomed. You are seeing all of parinamas in the Prithvi, in the whole Prakriti. Again, it is because of him. So त्रिगुण को प्रॉम्प्ट करने वाले हैं और उनके द्वारा जो करना है करवाने वाले और in this world पृथ्वी आदि which are modifiable, in that he is the one because of whom that modifiability is there in him. Third one, in each of the specific thing, whatever the dharmas that are there, like the ushnata of the agni, shitalata of the, what do you call, the wind or even the ice, ये है. So स्वभावान पचति, then पाच्यान अर्वा अन्यान परिणामयेत, then Vishwam Aditishthati, then Ekaha, then Gunan Sarvan Viniyojayatu. So what's our problem? We see the whole world and we think this alone is ultimate. We are not able to recognize the presence of some super reality behind that. Upanishads tell us that there is something in whose presence all these are happening, in whose absence nothing can happen. Attend to that reality. Correct? So this one mantra number 5 with Bhashyam. We studied Evam Lakshanaha Saha Paramatma. So this is how Paramatma has to be searched in the Upanishadic way. जैसे लोग पूछते हैं ना भगवान को दिखाओ, भगवान के बारे में बोलो, भगवान को समझाओ. No, these are the ways, the truth, the reality has to be apprehended. Other than it, he alone has Krishna and Rama coming and doing all the leelas and all blessings. And what is difficult in it? With all my little abilities, am I not doing some work? Am I not helping someone? If at an individual level I can do, what is the harm in accepting the presence of the Samashti Shakti? And he is expressing as his avatars. कहाँ दिक्कत है आपको? Other than our own conditioned mind, our own biasnesses, nothing is the reason for which we cannot accept this. Right? Tomorrow when we come, one more mantra about the Tat Pada we will see. Then starts the Tvam Pada explanation. The Jiva is so beautifully divined in Saptamo mantra. 2 days we will study it, if, of course, day after tomorrow. Tomorrow we will do this last mantra of the Tat Pada, the Brahmavastu. So my job is to study through Upanishad and explain to you. Your job and again my job also is at home. Take one by one mantra, one by one Shabdas Bhashyartha and try to feel the meaning of it. This is how we add and strengthen our Adhyatmic Tattvajna, Upanishadic Jnana, and visualize the universe from that standpoint. So when everything is one Paramatma Tattva, substratum, all else is powers play, then attribute everything to him. Why you come poke yourself as a specified individuality? When we talk about others, comment others, etc., we always forget that we also have the same gunas. Isn't it? We also are the same like that. वह उसने इसको चीटिंग किया, इसने उसका झूठ बोला, हम कितने बार तुम नहीं कर रहे हो? See, everywhere the same Paramatma's power is functioning. So visualize his power and play in whatever happening and visualize him to be transcendental to all that. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Purnavidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Paramashubhyo Brahmane Shruti Matre Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Just join for Gita for 2 minutes, 10 minutes. Mm.